Post-war world and India. Part 3. India and its neighbors. India formulated its foreign policy as Panchashil policy. There are 5 principles are there in this policy, an agreement between India and China. The first one is mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. And the second one, mutual non-aggression. The third one, mutual non-interference in each other's internal affairs. And the fourth one, equality and cooperation for mutual benefit. One, peaceful coexistence. Jawaharlal Nehru formulated these Panchashil principles. These were determined India's relations with other countries, especially its neighbors China, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. India relationship with China. After a long struggle and a violent revolution, China became a communist republic in 1949. India was one of the first countries to recognize China's communist government. India also supported a permanent seat in UN Security Council for China, the seat that was earlier occupied by Chiang Kai-shek government. Both the countries signed the Panchshil Pact on 29 April 1954. The leaders of both the countries visited each other's country and they were greeted by large friendly crowds. During the colonial rule, McMahon Line was drawn as the border between the countries. Nehru accepted it. Tibet, which was laid between China and India, was to be an independent buffer zone. But China annexed Tibet in 1950 on the plea that it was a dependent state of the old Chinese Empire. This removed the buffer zone between the two countries. There was a revolt in Tibet which was crushed by the Chinese. Thousands of Tibetans escaped along with the Dalai Lama and took refuge in India. India gave asylum to Dalai Lama and this caused a conflict. Chinese started considering India as an adversary. Prior to this, a border dispute had surfaced between India and China. China laid claim Aksai Chin area in Ladakh region and much of Arunachal Pradesh. Despite many efforts and long discussions, the conflicts have not been solved till today. China tried to invade Indian territories in October 1962, violating the peace treaties it had signed with India. India was not prepared for this surprise attack and suffered great losses in the war. Eventually, China declared unilateral ceasefire and withdrew its troops to its pre-war position. It took more than a decade to resume normal relations. Full diplomatic relations were restored in 1976. Now, both the countries have strategic as well as economic advantages as they are recognized as rising powers of Asia. The two countries today have the ambitions of emerging as major world economic and political powers. Thus, they also see each other as economic and political competitors. India's relationship with Pakistan. India and Pakistan became independent nations by bifurcating the erstwhile British India. After partition, the conflicts between India and Pakistan became perpetual, the main bone of contention between the two countries being Kashmir. Between India and Pakistan, there are 4 wars took place. The first war between two countries took place in 1947-48 for Kashmir, but it did not settle the problem. The war divided Kashmir into two parts. One is Pakistan occupied Kashmir and the Indian province that were divided by a line of control. And the second war took place in 1965 when Lal Bahadur Shastri was the Prime Minister. Pakistan was under the military dictatorship of General Ayub Khan. Ayub Khan hoped to provoke a revolt in Kashmir by invading India in the name of liberating Kashmir. However, the people of Kashmir did not respond to this and backed the Indian state in its war efforts. India responded by opening a front in Punjab targeting Lahore, and this forced Pakistan to retreat from Kashmir front. UN Secretary General U Thant persuaded both of the countries to agree a ceasefire. After the ceasefire, an agreement was signed between the two countries at Tashkent in 1966 by the two prime ministers. In the beginning of 1970, Pakistan faced the biggest internal crisis. The military dictator of Pakistan, General Yahya Khan, promised a democratic government and ordered elections. The election produced in split verdict West Pakistan was won by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, while Awami League led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman swept the polls in East Pakistan. But the government of Pakistan refused to accept the verdict as well as the demand of Awami League for a greater autonomy for East Pakistan. Instead, they arrested Mujibur Rahman and unleashed a reign of terror. India was faced with an influx of refugees from East Pakistan. Supporters of Mujibur Rahman organized a liberation struggle in the form of Mukti Bahini. India, under its Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, began to provide support to it and tried to win international support for its cause. India also signed a treaty of friendship with the USSR, which promised to support India. A full-scale war broke out with Pakistan in December 1971. The war ended only after the liberation of East Pakistan, leading to the creation of Bangladesh and declaration of ceasefire by India. Later, the Shimla Agreement was signed between the countries under the leadership of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and Prime Minister of Indira Gandhi. India relationship with Bangladesh. Bangladesh was liberated from Pakistan with the help of Indian troops in 1971. It signed a 25 years of peace treaty with India immediately after its independence. However, they have had references over several issues like sharing of river waters of Ganga and the Brahmaputra. India also opposed the large-scale illegal migrations of people of Bangladesh into India. The Bangladesh government objected to fencing of borders by India to prevent illegal entry. It feels that India behaves like a big brother in this region. In spite of these differences, both the countries have cooperated on many fronts, especially on the economic front. Bangladesh is an integral part of the Indian Look East policy to link up South Asia via Myanmar. Both have cooperation on disaster management, and also Bangladesh has rewarded many Indians who rendered their services and sacrificed for the liberation of Bangladesh. India's relationship with Sri Lanka. India and Sri Lanka have cultural and ethnic and economic relations. Both were decolonized almost at the same time and remain democratic till today. A major irritant in the relation between the two countries has been the treatment of Tamil speaking people by the Sri Lankan government. India sent its army to maintain peace between the LTTE and Simhali's government. But this turned out to be a misadventure as it was not accepted by either Tamils and Sri Lankan government. And the assassination of Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi is done. Finally, the Sri Lanka enabled to bring a cessation of military conflict on the island.